This episode is brought to you by Mantourage Dating Crash Course.
Are you ready to stop half-ass dating by learning how to Mantourage date the right way? Then meet me over at mdcrashcourse.com. That's M as in Mantourage, D as in dating, crashcourse.com.
You are listening to Single Smart Female
This is Jen,
and Jen,
letting it all hang out for your love life.
examining your dating experiences and answering your hot topic dating questions.
Just you and us, Jen squared. No topic is off limits and no filters involved.
We are here to help you do dating on your terms.
If you have a question you would like us to answer or would like to immediately upgrade your love life with our collection of classes and exclusive merchandise, meet us over now at singlesmartfemale.com.
Hi, Jen.
Hello, Jen.
You sound so professional right there.
I am. I'm a total professional all the time.
I know.
All day long.
Every day, 24/7.
Yep. So we're doing it a little differently today,
Yeah, I'm cracking the whip, girl.
which was my executive professional decision.
Yes,
You're cracking the whip.
but I like to crack whips.
My whip cracking fanatic. Okay, so today we have a listener question, and I'm reading it.
Ooh.
All right, so we have a listener question all the way from Columbus, Ohio, with Ms. Desperately Not Desperate. She says, "Hey, ladies," so I'll get right to the point. "I have never been in a relationship. My last date was 8 years ago, and I had sex for the first time this past year in what was basically a hookup only. I'm a mess. With that said, though, I have always been the strong, independent type, and I don't mind being alone. I'm a hopeless romantic, though, and want romantic love, marriage, kid. I recently moved to a new city and being more social than ever, and I'm attracting men like I never have before. That said, it's not necessarily all romantic, but it's like magnets. They are flocking to me and want to be around me. No one is making any moves, though. I've always been the one to make a move and be vulnerable, and it has literally never worked out. It's frustrating. So I have just been enjoying the company of these several men. 3 of them even showed up to help me move to my new apartment this past Saturday. I couldn't believe it. Some I just want to be friends with, but I'm also open to anything. How do I just be friends with men? How do I ask them to do things without it seeming like a date? Or how do I show interest? Do I let them come to me? How do I handle all the male attention that I've never received before? I want to keep friendships open, but I don't even know how to do that. I'm not sure how to navigate this and unsure how to deal with wanting to be friends with all of them, but still keep potential for more open. Any insight and wisdom would be greatly appreciated. Sincerely, Miss Desperately Not Desperate."
I just love this submission. It is so fun and so exciting, and you can just feel the energy moving in her that she has once been, had no attention, felt like she probably was under the radar. Nobody saw her even.
Rejected.
Yeah, rejected and not worthy. And now all of a sudden, boom, there's all these people. And I just have to say that recently I made a decision. Well, I should say at this point it's past now, but I had not long ago made a decision to take a small break from dating. I just was feeling like the experiences weren't pleasuring. The wrong things were happening. It just wasn't going well. So I decided I'm going to take a break. And then in the not so recent past, or in the recent past, I guess, I decided to jump back in. And I can't even tell you the number of men that just started showing up as soon as I said, okay, I'm going to just see what's happening online right now. And all these men from different parts of my life started getting in touch with me. It's crazy.
It's crazy cool.
When one starts, it's like a whole wave. And
They come out of the woodwork.
Yes.
Especially when you become an adored woman.
yes,
I agree.
they just know. They're like, hey, wait, she's out there right now.
All
I'm
right,
gonna go
Jen.
after
So
her.
you
Yes.
wanted this. Tell her what to do.
Oh, well, okay. So I want to back up to the very beginning here where you were talking about that you have never been in a relationship. And I don't want for that to feel to you like because you haven't been that you never will. And it sounds like you're not feeling that way now, but I just want to give this story that I have a friend who is in her mid 40s And she didn't have a relationship at all until her 40s. And now she is so in love with this man that she's met. She did some dating for a while and then she met this man and she is so in love with him. He's so perfect for her. I met him. I love him. He treats her so well. So I don't want anyone listening to us to think that because you've never had a relationship that it's never going to happen for you. So what should you do?
Very fair point. And I've had several clients in that exact same scenario, and they are all able to find love.
Exactly. And another thought I tell myself sometimes is, let's say I get married at 45. Let's just say that. Okay, maybe I'm going to live till 85, 100, whatever. If I get married at 45 and live till 85, that's 40 years of marriage. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of years. Mm-hmm. I'm good. Mm-hmm. I should just be having the greatest time ever. Anyway.
And I haven't told my husband yet, but let's say I'm going to give him 10 years, 10 more years. Yeah. And then I'm going to start dating again just for fun. Because I love him, but I miss man rush dating.
Yeah, right. It's so hard for you to listen in on everybody's
Yeah, I know. I have to live vicariously through all of you, lady.
Right.
So enjoy it. Quit bitching and enjoy it. Enjoy the heck out of it.
So to get to your questions, how do I just be friends with men? How do I ask them to do things without seeming like a date? How do I show interest? Do I let them come to me? How do I handle this male attention that I've ever had before? Let's talk about the very last one first. What you're going to do is bask in it. Let it happen. Love it. Have gratitude for it. Receive it. You don't owe them anything. If they give you attention, say thank you. I'm so grateful that I felt this way. You're giving me a look.
Appreciate men.
Mm-hmm. Appreciation. Yeah.
The only thing you do owe them is appreciation.
Agreed.
When they're treating you well, that's the only thing you owe them.
Yeah.
Is appreciation.
Right.
That's a good energy reciprocation.
Exactly. I feel like this is the time in your life to, because
not
you have
sexual appreciation. Let me make that very clear.
Yes. True. I think that this is the time in your life where you can receive it, have appreciation, show them appreciation, and you will draw even more of it to you. So that's that question. How do you just be friends with men? I mean, you don't have to worry about what you owe them. Is it okay? This and that. Just be in the moment with it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you're right. I think you hit something on the head right there when there might be a concern of, is it possible to be just friends with men because they're going to expect something? Uh-huh. So this is actually a great conversation about expectation. And again, going back to that only thing we owe men and the only thing we owe men owe us is respect. And in exchange for the respect, we give them appreciation because that's a place where men thrive. Just because he starts liking you, or if he does like you, which is a good chance a lot of these men, even though they haven't made any moves yet, yeah, they really do like you. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat.
Yep.
It doesn't mean you owe them your romantic attention or desire. You can, but it doesn't mean you owe it to him. That's very important to understand. If a man takes you out to dinner, it does not mean you owe him sex.
Right.
Okay. And one of the reasons women won't let men pay for things is because they think somehow they owe a man something or that he might expect it. Any man that expects it, fucking moron that you need to walk away from.
Yeah, gross.
Okay? So, but the majority of men are actually really good men. So they're not going to expect sex just because they take you to do something.
They paid like $30 for your dinner.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, even if they pay $200, they're not entitled to expect sex payment.
Absolutely not. But that's just typical. So yeah, agreed, Jen. Absolutely. When you ask a guy to do things without seeming like a date, that's the next question.
I mean, just asking them directly, hey, would you like to go hang out is a great non-date word.
Yes.
A lot of you ladies use it as dating terms and you need to stop. But if you hanging out, would you like to hang out on Saturday and go do this?
Right.
It's very,
very, very, very simple. Just directly. Oh, I wanted to go to this show.
Do you want to go? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go hang out with me there. So
how do I show interest?
Yeah. Showing. Well, hold on. Let me back up and make another. I want to make sure that's very, very clear. Oh, no, sorry. Not that I want to make sure it's clear. I want to make sure that you understand that there's still some guys, even when you say things like that, they're going to hope that there's romantic intention too. So that's why it's really important to develop your boundaries as well. And if you need help with that, go to my free class. You can get to datingboundaries.com. Okay. Next question.
Perfect. So the next one is, or how do I show interest? Now, Jen, I want to bring you back to way long ago when you and I were working together. You were helping me with my dating adventures. And there was a guy that I met on a dating site who I really liked. And he liked me too. But then he ended up getting into but he put me in the friend zone. And you pushed me to say, would you like to go on a date? I thought I was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was literally my heart was going to come out of my body. But I did it. And so there's little things that you can do to push yourself when you're ready. Because I don't want somebody you want to push yourself, but slowly. You don't want to just dive in.
Some women actually can dive in.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the girl. Yeah, on the lady. But anyway, my point is there are things to say like, oh, you should take me on a date, or little words that you use that can indicate interest.
Or just asking, and we've talked about this in other podcasts, if he says, do you want to do this? To say, are you asking me out on a date? And clarifying romantic intention. So even if you thought he was just asking you out to hang out as friends, then he realizes that you might actually be interested. And by the way, a lot of ladies get stuck right here. They worry about expressing interest and him not reciprocating. Yes, there is the chance that he may not reciprocate that romantic interest, but it's not the end of your world just because he doesn't have romantic interest. Mm-hmm. And I want to tell you a little secret. A lot of guys, they change their minds all the time.
Yep.
So you expressing your romantic interest, he may not have it in that moment, but he's not going to be able to stop thinking about you, which
Absolutely.
can easily turn into romantic interest.
It's happened to me 100,000 times. I have men everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
she's my gal. She's totally my gal. But yeah, these men, their interest in you is malleable. And we don't recognize that. We think just because a guy doesn't like us right now, that's permanent. I've had men fall in love with me easily over time. I'm not always the upfront, oh my God, I want to be with her girl. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I am. And sometimes I'm not. I've had former roommates, guys that I was really interested in who had no interest whatsoever. I've had a lot of men end up falling for me because they enjoy the way they feel when they're around me. And that, we think that it's all just physical attraction right from the get-go. No, it's emotional attraction. Mm-hmm. Emotional attraction translates better into physical attraction than anything else because we keep failing to recognize that our looks are going to change as we grow older. Our looks are going to change. For men, their looks are going to change. Our looks are going to change. So if we're basing everything just on that physical piece, we're missing the actual heart of it all. We're missing the actual chemistry, which is the emotional chemistry. It's the way you feel, the things that you do, the connection that you have, which can totally change a guy's mind.
Right.
Again and again and again. And it can work for you too. If let's say you're with somebody long term and the emotional connection starts to fail, and then you can rekindle that connection the physical connection starts to fail and you can rekindle the emotional connection and reignite everything.
Absolutely. Oh, I want to throw in another point in just how you show interest too. Little things, very, very small things that you can say that will pique a guy, but doesn't have to make you feel as vulnerable. Like saying, oh, hey, handsome, how's it going? That doesn't mean I want to get in bed with you right now. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make you so vulnerable, but we're being a little flirty.
We're so afraid as women to show, it says something about us in society if we show genuine interest. There's a difference between coming on way too strong, which I think some women do. Mm-hmm. But there's a difference between that and just showing genuine interest and being excited. Men love that you're excited to see them.
It's so true.
So quit pretending that you're not. That I have lots of guy friends through certain associations, and I get really excited to see these guys because I genuinely love hanging out with them, regardless of if there's chemistry between us or not. And by the way, when I talk about all this, I'm not infringing upon my husband whatsoever.
Right.
He realizes I'm an incessant flirt. It's not 99% of the time it's not sexual.
What?
I did
Listen, you guys, when she's talking about that, she's talking about me. She's always sexually flirting with me.
I'm all, yes, thank you. I can't stop myself. I can't. He knows about that too.
Seriously, she asked me to touch her butt earlier.
I didn't ask you to touch it. I asked you to rub it. There's a huge difference. I like my butt rubs.
She's so blushing right now. I love it.
Or if I was in England, my bum rubs.
Cute.
So, yeah,
But I agree with you, Jen, that there's nothing wrong with showing interest. In fact, the fact that you can show interest without feeling like it's going to be crushing for them if they don't show you interest back shows this powerful side of you and confidence within you that is so sexy.
yeah, it's truly irresistible for you to own where you're at in a fun way, and just okay. So what? You think a guy's sexy and he doesn't at that moment find you attractive back. You can know in the back of your mind, well, it's just a matter of time. You wait and see. There's a certain confidence in that that is alluring. It's going to draw them and more. And the only guys it won't draw in are guys that you're being protected from anyway. So just have some fun with it. I don't care if you have been horribly rejected in the past. You can do it differently. You can baby step your way into it and see how things turn out and build your confidence around it and know that, oh, okay, that didn't work exactly the way I thought it was going to work, but I'm not dead. I'm okay. I can still breathe.
Yeah.
And there are going to be lots of guys that are super receptive to it. I do remember that feeling when I first started on this, and finally I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to flirt. I'm going to see what the fuck happens.
Yeah,
and
right.
Just have a good time with it.
Right.
Oh my God, it was game changing because most men won't flirt with us because they're so afraid that we're going to interpret it incorrectly.
Right.
So yeah, just have some fun with that. Next.
Then it was, do I let them come to me after how do I show interest, or do I let them come to me? And I feel like we kind of addressed that. Yeah. Just show interest by the, hey, cutie, hi, handsome, this, do you want to go to the movies with me? If he asks you that, you say, oh, what? Are you asking me on a date? Wink, wink, haha.
No, wink, wink, haha. That's
I'm saying wink, wink, not saying the words wink, wink. I'm saying do a wink, wink. You can't see me, people. That's why. If I just winked at Jen, you'd have no idea. You gotta get into the full feeling of it.
I know, they can feel it.
Yeah.
But you can do that over text too. Emojis go really well with men. So totally, men love emojis.
Right.
Too, and that helps. It helps with the tone in text because there's no real true tone in text. So definitely use those emojis. Are we?
I think the very last question that she asks was, I want to keep friendships open, but I don't even know how to do that. I'm not sure how to navigate this and unsure how to deal with wanting to be friends with them all, but still keeping potential for more open.
Because that's a really complicated question and not something that we could give you this direct piece of advice on right now, because that's a lot of who you are, who you've been in the past, how to navigate that. That's stuff that we would have to work with you on. And I would love to give you this great answer to that, but I'm going to tell you the basic answer, and there are a lot of nuances to it, is learn how to be your authentic self, but the brave version of it that's not afraid to keep interacting with men, and to know who you are right now, and know that woman could evolve as well, and then you can interact with men in a different way. It's not a specific way that you have to interact with men. It's a very nuanced way that pertains to you, who you are, how you flirt, how you engage, how you interact, and where your level of comfortability is at.
Okay, Lover Girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
Lots of male attention and kindness is a good problem to have, especially when you understand how to manage male attention the adored woman way. This episode is brought to you by Mantourage Dating Crash Course.
Are you ready to stop half-ass dating by learning how to Mantourage date the right way? Then meet me over at mdcrashcourse.com. That's M as in Mantourage, D as in dating, crashcourse.com. Hey, Lover Girl, this is Jen again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share Single Smart Female with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you would like to play around and learn more about Mantourage dating, come see me at singlesmartfemale.com. Talk to you next time.